Hiya, it's Bree, your Salesforce study buddy. This is my first video where I'm going to walk through a module live with you guys. So I chose the Build a Mars Communication Uplink. It's a new one that I just saw on the page when I logged into Trailhead today. So I figured it's a good starting place. I did it already just to see what all would be learned in it. And it's really interesting. There's custom objects, custom fields, custom pick lists. So we're going to do this one. So the first thing is create the playground. We already did that. So chances are if you've been in Trailhead, you've already done that. So we're just going to go right into the module. And these are the instructions. And so we're going to create a data model. Red Rover, send messages on over. If you've ever tried conversing with a robot, and honestly, who hasn't, then you know it's all beeps, bloops, and robot dance moves. However, with the power of Salesforce, we can translate those ones and zeros into parts of human speech. So that's what we're going to be doing. And so the first thing it wants us to do is a custom object, but always with these, you read through them if you want. I don't. I just always start with launching my playground. So mine is called Narwhal. It gives them goofy names, but whatever. So the thing with having your playground and the instructions on a separate tab gets really convoluted and hard switching tabs. So that's why I recommend two screens. Unfortunately, with doing this, you can only see one of my screens. So I am going to move this over to my other screen. But when there's information that I want to show you on this screen, I will bring it back over here. So for right now, I'm just going to move it over. And then if it works right, I can bring it back over here and you'll be able to see it. So let's begin. So the first instruction is building a custom object. And so to build a custom object when you're starting here on your playground, there's two ways of getting to the settings. Some people use what I call the waffle. Other people call it the 4x4. I just find it easier to go to the gear and go to setup, and then your custom objects right here, and all your other setup quick finds are down here. So we're building a custom object and it wants it to call, the module's asking us to call it communication. So when you build a custom object, you just go into this custom object, or you go into your object manager, and then you go to create custom object. And we're going to name it, and then the plural of communications. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You just like save it. There's other things that you can choose when you're further along or more advanced settings, but right now we just want to make a custom object so we can link things to it. So sometimes after you make a custom object, this really cool thing called a tab wizard will show up. I have only had that happen to me like twice in 9 years of Salesforce and so many trailheads. So if it doesn't show up for you, then you just go to here, quick find, and write tab. And we're going to create a new tab. And since we're working on custom objects, custom object tabs will go here or new. And the custom object we're going to choose is communication, because that's a custom field or the custom object we just made. So we need to make a tab for it. So we're going to just pick that one. And then this will come up. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's just random things. And we just pick a color. And so I guess we picked an orange. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but we just picked it. So for this, it's not really necessary what you choose. You just pick that. And then the next objective on the trailhead is create custom fields. So we've already made our custom tab. And so in order to create a custom field, we need to go back to Object Manager. We need to find the custom object that we made. If you remember, it's called communications. You can scroll down to it, or you can type COM right here. And see, it has today's date. And then we just go to communications. And we are going to create a custom field. So we need to go into fields and relationships. We're going to go to new. And then pick list. Next. So if you can see the instructions, it gives us what it wants in the custom pick list. So it's going to be labeled adjectives, and then it gives us a whole list of adjectives. So we're going to do what it asks us. It just wants us to call it adjectives. So we're just going to type in adjective. And it gives us a list of adjectives. And so you have two options when making a pick list, where you can choose this first radio button, which is a global pick list value set. Means you've already made a pick list for this object. We haven't, so we're going to make one with custom value sets. And so you just put in each word and make sure you hit enter after each word. Don't put commas, it won't work. And then always require this. This module has us make like 4 pick lists. So we're just going to keep on trucking and make another one. And the next one is for nouns. So you just go back to pick list again. And you hit next. We call it nouns. And enter in our own information. And it gives us the nouns that it wants us to use, which is banana, alien, astronaut, asteroid, spacecraft, pineapple upside down cake. So if you don't want to type it, I'll just copy and paste it. That's what I do. So, and remember, it says always require this. So we hit next, next. And the instructions has us do another pick list. So we go save and new. And so we have all these different custom fields we can choose from and data types we can choose from. So we're going to go back down to pick list again. And this one is for verbs. It gives us a list of verbs. And it says always require. We'll hit next. And it wants us to do another pick list. So save and new. And under field type, again, we have to scroll down, pick list, and then next. And this one's called proper nouns. And again, it gives us a list of proper nouns that it wants us to do. And then it always require this. So then next, next, save and new. Because if you're following along, it has yet 2 more pick lists. So data type again is pick list. And this one's called proper nouns. Copy and paste those. Oh my God, one of their proper nouns is Hootie McAlface. That is adorable. If your name is Hootie McAlface. Isn't that cute? Okay, so then it wants us to choose that. Oh, we already did proper nouns. Look at us. That happens. So at least it gave us an error message. So the next one, we could just go over our work. So let me bring this back over so you could see it. So I was just talking, we just did this one, and I did it over again. And so that's why we got this error message saying it's already a field called that, because we had already made it when I was talking, so I wasn't paying attention. So, but we could just write over our work. So the next one is number. So we just type in the word number here, take these all out. Here's the field named number, and then next. So if you mess up, it's no big deal. You can just go back and redo your work. And I like that it told us it messed up instead of building two identical pick lists. And that's a good thing, especially if you start making a ton of pick lists. So this does have a ton of pick lists on this object. So there's one more pick list. One more, I promise, and then we're done. And it's called direction. So I have to go back down, choose a pick list. Next. This one is called direction. It gave us a list of values to put in. So here we go. And then always require this. I'm going to hit next, next, save. And so leave everything as, so we're going to verify our step at this point. So what we do is we just hit verify step to earn 100 points, and it'll tell us if we messed up, besides the time where we saw that we messed up and fixed our mistake. And this sometimes takes forever and it freaks me out because I think I did something wrong. And sometimes I did, but it's always a learning experience. But we got it all right. So the next one is tackle the next step, and we'll do that in just a moment. Thanks.